Hello, everyone. Nice to be here. My name is Jason Baldessari. I am the principal and founder of PUSHparks. I want to start off by just thanking Surf Park Central for putting on what is already shaping up to be another great summit, and excited to be here and kind of give you a high-level overview, quick introduction to what PUSHparks is, who we are, and what we do. So I think the easiest way to kind of kick things off is to just give you a little bit of background about myself. Some of the people in here I know from different aspects of my career. Today I'm here to kind of introduce a new thing that I'm launching into, which is PUSHparks. I've always very much considered myself a surfer first and a skater second. But I grew up in New Jersey, so when you have that itch to surf all the time, skating becomes a very natural thing for you to want to get into. I was fortunate enough to be able to launch my whole career within the skate park industry. So in 2008, I got brought on board with Swan Ranch Skate Parks to be their director of skate park development. Being a surfer first and skater second, I always dreamt of having that project where it was less about traditional skate and more about how to train and improve surfing, but on land and not in water. 2008 started with them, and to my surprise, not too terribly long after, the whole notion of a wave pool being a viable and scalable business came to the table, and very quickly turned and said, all right, I need to start putting wheels behind this. During the pandemic, anyone who was here in San Diego, there was a few months where we weren't allowed in the ocean. Fortunate enough to call Damian Hobgood, a good friend of mine. We spent a lot of time at a pump track that I had designed and built here in Carmel Valley. And Damian, during every session, was coming to me and, it feels so much like surfing. It feels so much like surfing. And my thing to him was, well, look, I could even change the geometry and the radiuses and the spacing and the science behind what's happening here to make this feel even more like surfing. Damian started helping connect a couple dots for me, started talking to John and Beach Street and Surf Park Central, and kind of here I am today. And the whole idea of what PUSHparks is doing is we are your wheel-friendly design, develop, consult, anything that's basically revolves around real wheels, so skateboards, roller skates, scooters, bikes, any sort of wheeled amenity that doesn't support motorized wheeled activities is what we look to do. So everything from consulting, design, through the actual build of the facilities, whether it's skate parks, skate spots, skate dots, skatable art, mountain bike trails, bike parks. I think everyone in here that's on the development side of things realizes that regardless of what your actual business model, your business platform is if you can't retain people on site, you're leaving money on the table. So whether it's to create a facility that's hardcore and all about training and improving, or it's a facility that's going to accommodate families coming from all over and all different walks of life. I think the idea of a skate park or any sort of wheeled amenity is very complementary to what the overall goal of the facility is. You ask any surfer and you say, what's the best way to cross-train for surfing? And the very first thing they're going to tell you is a skate park. That's really only true if you live in Indonesia, which I'm assuming the vast majority, everyone in here doesn't. Waves in Indo, they stand straight up. For all of us that surf lowers more often than we care to admit, we're generally on a wave that looks like a mush burger, similar to what we have Josh on here. So the whole idea, obviously everyone's heard of skate parks and bike parks and pump tracks. The whole idea of what we're doing at Push is we're doing all those facilities, but at the same time, we're actually really taking a deeper dive into what the actual science of surfing is and combining that with the principles of modern skate park design. So now you have a facility that instead of having people running off site trying to occupy their time, they now have somewhere to go on site, not only to keep them there, whether it's to continue to buy food and beverage, F&B, anything like that, filling gaps if there is a gap in the schedule. But now it's something where you can start to build community and really kind of build a culture within that overall facility. So again, whether it's surf parks, bike parks, pump tracks, whatever you're looking for, that's fine. The other new kind of novel concept here is the idea of a skate track, or a surf track, something that's feels much more like surfing on land than anything else. One of the other things I know is in talking to developers that I'm currently working with now, you got a ton of balls up in the air. You're dealing with tons and tons of different people. So working for Swan Ranch Skate Parks for 15 years, I was able to be really fortunate in land development, something I can kind of do with my eyes closed at this point. And the unique thing about the surf park industry is there is really no distribution model that's set up here. So as opposed to going through the traditional channels that maybe your general contractor is going to go through, whether it be going through distributor or local sales rep, a couple different links in the supply chain that are adding percentages and markups onto the amenities you're looking to put at your facilities. I have the ability to be able to go around that and kind of work directly with any of these specific vendors, manufacturers, and take out links in the supply chain, thus getting amenities and ancillary things for the facility, whether it's spray grounds, playgrounds, shade structures, gazebos, all that stuff at kind of below cost. I'm also working on, I've got a couple of strategic partnerships. So Awaco is one of the brands and technologies I'm going to be working with, helping bring them into the wave pool arena. Also be working with Carver and a few of the other surf skate brands that are out there. Everything from programming to retail to just training, anything that you can think of. Because as we all know, there's no surprise here that the crossover between surf and skate is spot on. Thank you.